Welcome back, everybody, to the Queen of Hearts. I'm here because I am re-embarking on a project that I started 2 years ago, where I started doing a video on tarot for beginners, right? And I started with a major arcana, and I never finished, right? I think I might have done the first part, maybe the second part. I can't find a second video, so I'm gonna redo this again, simply because I don't think there's enough videos out there for people that are wanting to learn the tarot. Um, at a beginner's level, right? Honestly, there's not enough videos out there. There's not enough. The videos that I watched to learn tarot, uh, there's one in particular. It was very short and to the point, but it was also a little bit. It was hard to comprehend some of it. It was just a little bit above my level of learning at the time because I was a beginner, right? A little history. I've had my gifts all my life. Intuitive, the clairs have definitely become very. I'm very aware of them now, but I'm pretty sure I had them growing up. And I am an empath. I'm a medium, okay. And during my last 30-something years, I've been invested in my family and working. Right, I'm pretty much retired or semi-retired nurse now, and I'm able to give of my gift to others. For the last 4 years on social media is when I started actually using the tarot. And honestly, I didn't start using it for a few months. My first decks were Oracle decks, okay? And I loved my Oracle decks, right? But I finally invested and got me a tarot deck. I've done many a reading. Oh my goodness. 4 years adds up to a lot of readings, guys. Not only on the lives, not only on my group, not only on my business page, but on private messenger. I've done paid readings, I've done free readings, okay? You name it, right? I wish that when I got started on social media and with all the groups that were out there, what have you, that I had a mentor that started me, from scratch when it came to the tarot. I didn't have that, right? I literally had to spend hours and hours and hours watching people on YouTube, right? Doing readings, and also, doing my own homework, reading the books and writing down the meanings and what have you. And, there was one in particular that's on here. There's just not enough videos, I'm telling you, on reading tarot. Because at some point or another, it's not about just reading a card. It's about using your intuitive nudges, right? Your intuitive gifts as well to tell a story, okay? To tell somebody what you're seeing, right? So it's not enough to know the meanings, but it's very helpful to have the meanings and then be able to use your gifts, right? To give somebody a good reading. Somebody that just pulls a card and tells you, okay, in this case, here's the full, okay, somebody's new beginnings, right? Starting from scratch. That's not enough, okay? If you're doing readings, I'll say tisk tisk on you, right? How boring would that be? Be over in 5 minutes, right? So the tarot is a story, right, that is unfolding. The tarot is normally used, it can be used for the past, absolutely, right? But a lot of people want to know the future, right? So I have several decks now, but at the time I remember it was a few months before I got my first deck, and it was the beginner's deck, right? A lot of you know that one had meanings on there, what have you. But I have evolved. And I want to turn around and restart this project, right, that I had started before. And now with the knowledge that I have gathered in the last 4 years from using the tarot, you know, I can definitely go through this with you guys at a much better pace than I was before, and with a lot more information, but still simple enough that you'll understand, okay? I'm going to break it up into the major arcana, and then your suits, which is the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands, okay? For a total of 78 cards. We're not going to do all of that in 2 or 3 hours like the video that I watched, but I was very, very grateful for it being there. But that video is a little too... it's almost like I was reading a book. You know, there was just too much over explanation, and not enough applying to real life situations, right? I will give some examples if that's what, you know, I'm called to do, right? At the end of the day. But we're going to start with the major arcana cards, and, you know, people are asking, well, what are major arcana cards? Major arcana cards are the first 22 cards in the deck, right? That come through when there is a major event happening, right, in our lives at the time, right? Or major events that are coming your way, turning points in your lives, okay? They can also represent different phases from childhood to old age. A lot of the times I'll say, you know, a major arcana card is about all the lessons we've learned up to now. The good ones, the bad ones, and the ugly ones, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly. And us taking from that and changing. That's why you're having the major changes, the major turning points, the major events, the transformation is because you learned from those lessons, right? You finally took them and you decided you're going to use them, right, for your here and now to create that future that you want. You're not going to repeat the mistakes, right? Because the good, the bad, and the ugly, right, has a lot of mistakes in there when it comes to our past, right? A lot of repetitiveness, you know. I am drinking my water, guys. I'm always drinking water. This is my third glass, I think, or maybe my second, working on my third. We'll see. All right. So the first 22 cards are the major arcanas, okay? And I just explained what major arcana cards are. So if you ever have to explain to somebody, you let them know these are cards that represent major events that are coming up, that are happening at the time, or especially if it comes out as your past. If you have a spread and you have a simple past, present, and future, right? 3 cards, and one of these comes out in your past, is basically telling you this is something that happened, a major event or a turning point that happened, right? In somebody's past that has led them to the present, and here's your outcome, right? That's your simple 3-card spread, okay, guys, as well. We're going to talk about different things, but we're not going to get into all that. For now, we're just going to go over the meanings for the first 22 cards. And I'm going to make it as simple as possible for you, okay? We start with the Fool, okay? And it's, I always tell people, always look at the picture. If you want to work on your intuitive gifts, okay? If you want to work on your intuition, look at the picture and write down what you see. What do you see, right? What are you seeing? And the first thing that I'm seeing is somebody that's kind of, well, he's in a jester's outfit, right? He's got his stick and all his belongings. In some other tarot decks, you will see a little dog there, like a little faithful companion, right? But all their belongings in there, they're in a jester's or a fool's, you know, costume or clothes, and they're juggling and they're looking up. They're really not looking in front of them, and there's this little, almost looks like a cliff there, okay? There's a cliff right there. So the first thing that I would say, if I saw this in somebody's reading, is that there was, at some point or another, you know, somebody was starting from scratch, right? With nothing but their belongings, 1 bag of belongings or 2 bags of belongings, maybe starting from scratch in a situation, depending on the cards around it, right? If I had the cups over here, it might have, or the cups after, it might have been starting from scratch in a relationship, right? Or if the cups are over here in this side, and he's watching that way, right? You know, walking away from a relationship, right? That's just one way to look at it. Every suit represents something different, right? If I had pentacles, I would say walking away from stability, right? And you'll learn about what each suit is all about. But in this case, this person's just going off on an adventure or a journey, okay? But the biggest problem here for me is he's not looking in front of him, okay? He's looking up in the air and kind of juggling the balls, you know, and he's not paying attention to what's right there, which could be a cliff of sorts, right? So I always tell people when I see this card, you know, maybe you're being told to start brand new, new beginning, start from scratch, right? This is a very innocent, okay, trusting person, maybe very naive, okay? They're trusting that they're gonna make that journey and they don't need to be looking where they're going. They're just taking off and doing it, right? But it is a card of starting from scratch towards something new, taking a leap of faith, obviously, because he's not even paying attention, right? Someone who wants to take a risk or taking a risk. It may indicate that you need to take a risk in a situation as well, okay? Fresh hope, taking chances, new paths and adventures that are awaiting, and beginnings, right? That's what the card meaning is, okay? 0, starting from scratch, new adventure, right? What I always tell people when you see this is there's several things I can say. Don't be foolish. Don't be a fool, right? Pay attention to where you're going. If you are wanting to take a risk, okay, in a situation, make sure that you're informed, because this person's not informed. They're trusting. You know, they may be going towards, let's say they met somebody online, right? And this is a card I get, and I'm telling them, look, you know, you haven't met this person yet or anything, and they're wanting to move in, right? In a reading, right? They want to move in. And this card comes up. It's a card of, yes, taking risks, starting a new adventure. It's confirming all that, a journey, right? But this person's not really, they're trusting, they're naive, and, you know, they've got hope, but they need to be seeing where they're going, right? You can't just pick up your bags and decide to do this. You know, there's some people that are free spirits and they will, right? It doesn't matter what you tell them, right? But basically, that's what this card is saying, is somebody taking a leap of faith, taking a risk, okay? Going on an adventure, not paying attention, trusting a situation's going to work out no matter what. I always tell people, as my warning, is be informed and be prepared, you know, even though he's going with his little bag. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the Magician, which is our 1, right? That was the Fool. Okay, the Magician here. Wow, wow, wow. You know, you started with nothing here, right? You start with nothing here. You've got hope. You're going into a new adventure, and now you're given this. The universe, you know, comes into play here, and it's giving you a fresh new start in every area of your life. So you get the connection there. You started from 0. Now, you know, the universe is sending you a fresh new start, giving you that magic wand, right? Where do you want to start? Depending on the card that comes over here, or the reading they ask for. Maybe they ask for a relationship reading. Maybe they ask for a career, right? Or they're moving, right? New place, new state, new country. Okay, but here comes the Magician. That is the card number 1 in the Major Arcana. This is 0. So there's 21 that are numbered, and one that is a 0. It's a number 2, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Magician, okay? When you see the Magician, I mean, look at the card again. we see magic, right? Magic. On a regular tarot, you may see a magician with a wand, a sword, a cup, and a pentacle. So, new beginnings, right? In any area of your life. Wands represent new beginnings, okay? Aces represent new beginnings as well, all right? Just a FYI. When you see the magician, this magician card is telling you, okay, that you're focused, that your creativity is an all-time high, okay, you're turning your visions or your dreams into reality, and they're inspiring you to take action, okay, beautiful, beautiful. The magician also indicates perception, making connections, problem solving, and is connected to the planet Mercury of communication and thinking, okay? I didn't say that for this one, but this one is connected to Uranus, the Great Awakener, okay? Just if anybody is interested. But, okay, now, here goes my intuition, okay? My intuition when I see this card is you've been handed the wand. You are the magician. You are creating your reality. You're creating your reality. What are you trying to create? Well, I want to create, abundance and whatnot, a new job, I want to have stability. I want to have new love, I want to pursue my desires, my passions, my dreams. When this major events / turning point card that comes out in a reading is telling you the universe is going to give you that, okay? The universe has handed you that, okay? And you have the power to manifest. That's the other thing, manifesting. You see his hands up in the air, asking the universe. The universe is responding in kind with lots of power, right? Lots of power there. So this is a great period of manifestation and power, okay? So magic. Sometimes it can represent magic, depending on the reading and what's coming up. Somebody's asking, is somebody, doing some type of spells on me? Or, yeah, it's very possible this would be a yes, Yes, there is somebody doing that. I don't do reversals, guys. At this moment, I'm not going to do reversals. We're going to do just right side up, okay? So there you go. That is your magician, okay? A little bit more. The magician is, this is a risk taker, an overachiever, highly organized with tremendous powers of concentration, okay? Very flexible and creative, determined, okay? Very strong personality, will overcome problems, take charge, and take action. The card of personal power, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, when you get this card, be very excited. That's all I gotta say. So, that was card 1. Then we move on to the High Priestess. Wow, wow, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay? And the High Priestess, okay, is connected to the moon, okay? You do see the moon right there. When I see this card intuitively, okay, I say, there's a moon connection, of course, right? But also the full moon is very important, very important. Maybe some events that are coming, because it's a major life-changing event card that is going to create some turning points, right, in your life, or you're making those turning points in your life, right? Because remember, all these cards represent learning from our past and, infusing that into our here and now to benefit us in the future, right? We're going to learn from our mistakes and what we did, and now we're moving forward to change our life, to transform in some way or another. And we all want to transform for the better, not the worse, right? So every single one of these cards represents a transformation of sorts. That's the other thing you need to remember. So you're transforming into or journeying into something new, and you want it to be positive, right? So when I see the full moon, just looking at the picture, okay, the full moon tells me sometimes intuitively, if that's what I get, I'll let them know that during the full moon is probably going to be when some of these things are going to happen, right? We have a full moon every month, right? Sometimes if however my intuition tells me, whatever I see when I see this, and whatever you see when you see it, it may represent the phases of the moon, right? It may represent phases in that person's life, but at the end of the day, I also look at the crown and I see that there's this red ball right there. So this is about, for me, is what you're thinking, right? Intuition. The High Priestess represents intuition. At the end of the day, if we want to be cut and dry and going with your gut, okay? Very powerful energy here. Just like the Magician. That's why she's right behind the Magician. A little bit more on the High Priestess, okay? It has to do with the moon, the unconscious as well. So the things that you're not literally making yourself think about or analyze, more paying attention to your subconscious or your unconscious, even your dreams, right? Feelings, expressing your emotions, maybe even representing harboring secrets, okay? Another meaning we have here for her, the High Priestess, okay? Mystery, intuition, and trusting yourself, all right? So let's go ahead and see. Listening to your intuition, aligning to your higher self. Well, what does aligning to your higher self mean? It's just finally you're connecting to yourself, to your intuition, listening to your own advice. You're finally getting that aha moment that, hey, something's going on inside of me and I need to trust this feeling, okay? Let's see. This is about going inside yourself for the right answers and following your own path, okay, or your own intuition as well, okay. When the High Priestess does come along, it's a card that represents a lot of inner peace. You know why you get the inner peace? I'm going to tell you why you get the inner peace, because you finally connected all the dots. You finally connected to yourself. You're finally thinking about you, okay? And you're wanting to do things to benefit you, and you're listening to your gut, okay? That's why you're going to have inner peace and strength. You will be preoccupied at some point or another, right? Because you're thinking about all the things and what your next step's going to be. But at the end of the day, the answers to all your questions are already going to be inside of you. This is about telling people to tap into their own feelings and their own gut, okay? The last thing that I've seen people say about the High Priestess is this could be a very attractive and mysterious woman as well. And it can also tell you that the person you're talking to is going to be going through a very highly intuitive period. They may also be gifted themselves, okay? They may also be gifted themselves. So depending on what your intuition is telling you to tell this person, or if this card comes out for them as the partner, you know that person is very highly intuitive, okay? Very gifted as well, you know, or they may be the ones. So there you go for the High Priestess, okay? I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, at this point, it's basically, for me, it's going inside yourself, connecting with your higher self, your spiritualism, all right? Connecting with your spirituality, all right? Moving on to the Empress, okay? The Empress, okay? That is card number 3, okay? And the Empress, oh, yeah, I did say something about that. The Empress is connected to Venus. Imagine that. Love and values, okay, is the symbolism. Abundance to the abundance. It represents abundance, the feminine principle, productive action. The Empress is about rebirth as well, right? And even fertility, okay? Even fertility. Maybe somebody's asking, you know, if they're going to be having a baby soon, right? Pregnancy, okay? fertility, good parenting, creation, a mother figure, a nurturing person, and rebirth in the sense that you may be getting more ideas or starting something new, okay? Those are all the different things that I gather from the Empress, okay? And depending on who she's sitting next to, right? A lot of personal growth when you see this card. Self-development, creativity, success, okay, that brings freedom, material comfort, security, and protection. This person also represents that for other people, okay? This could be a mother figure, a parent, right? Depending on the reading. Or somebody that's seen as a mother figure, okay? Could be the person asking for the reader, the questionnaire. Okay, fertility. All right, excellent physical condition and health. It can also represent a loving relationship between a mother and a child. All right, beautiful, beautiful. So there you go. All right, and I'm going slow enough that, you know, I don't get you all jumbled up. You can always replay this. Okay, let's move on to the Emperor. If the Empress and the Emperor showed up together, that's a power couple there, okay? That's a husband and wife, or male, female. There's a couple here. It doesn't necessarily have to be of the same sex, right? Sex is androgynous at this point on readings, right? But if you are reading for a female and she is partnered or looking for a partner, you know, this would indicate, wow, right? They're basically husband and wife here. Okay, so we've got the Emperor now. And let's talk a little bit about the Emperor. Okay, we start with the astrology part now. So associate the Emperor to Aries, okay? Aries, controlling, maybe a alpha male or alpha person, right? Dominating, okay? They like to have the control or the say, okay? Initiation is the symbolism for this card, okay? Initiating something, all right? The male principle, taking responsibility, owning one's power, ambition, okay? If I see him sitting on a throne, they're also about their empowerment and confidence, okay? Same here, empowerment, confidence, right? Any one of these that are on a throne, I usually will tell you, you know, that's regaining or your power back, okay? Feeling like a queen, feeling like a king, but above those, the Arcana cards are above your court, which we have kings, queens, knights, and pages in the suits, okay? So these are above, right? So a little bit more on this Emperor, okay? Controlling sometimes, domineering, okay? Wanting to, it's my way or the highway. Attitude, alpha male, and we hear about male and female. Oh my goodness, what do they say? A male and female. I can't think of the word, okay, but you know, this could be this could be a female that's very much in control and alpha and demanding and what have you, right? It could be a male, right, as well. Just like this could be a male instead of a female, right? That's just very in touch with their feminine side. This male may be very in touch with their feminine side or their masculine. There you go, female, feminine and masculine, okay? That's another thing. We'll talk about that later because there's just so much. But the Emperor, okay, a little bit more on this Emperor is, the Emperor commands respect, okay? He's a great leader, okay? It's about respect. It's about leadership. Very strategic, okay? It's about strategy. planning, okay, and could represent a father figure, just like the Empress was representing a mother figure, okay. Um, so there's a little bit on that. Let me go ahead and give you one more thing. Um, when you see the Emperor, sorry about that, guys. Um, Somebody may be stepping or regaining their power, okay, controlling their life, finally getting control of their life. They're very loyal, protecting, okay. They're a boss in love and relationships. They're authoritative. Sometimes it could represent somebody older, okay, or just somebody that's very mature. They can be 29 or 30 years old and just command that attention of somebody that's very wise, okay. They represent stability, but can have control issues, which I said that, okay. Either now or control issues either now or in the past, okay. Um, when you see this card, it can also indicate a loving relationship between a father and child, just like it was with the Empress, okay, mother and child. Um, Basically, they are in control of their emotions, okay, as well. They have a lot of self-control, okay. They can be represent a boss as well, okay, like a regular boss. And they do tend to stand up for those that are weaker, okay. Very beautiful, very beautiful. So let's move on to our Hierophant. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay. Remember about seeing what's around them, okay? Seeing what's around them. This one, right off the bat, you get the cross in the church, in the steeple. So here's all the people. Sorry, guys. You know, I don't want it to be so serious that we can't have a good laugh, okay? So, up and foremost, the Hierophant looks like a pope, right? A religious leader almost. So there's so many connections here. It could be a connection to church, always intuitively, right? Connection to church, okay? Morals, ethics. He's holding a book. Is that a Bible, right? Spirituality, okay? So depending on the reading, right? Are you conflicted, right? Is somebody conflicted with their spirituality, or they try to go to church and connect again? Are they working at a church? Are their morals or ethics being, tried, right? A little bit more on this Hierophant is determination. It is associated with the astrology sign Taurus, okay? Very determined, okay? Somebody may be determined to do something, and a little bit of stubbornness is what I see here too, but wisdom as well, okay? Dealing with authority figures. You may be dealing with those people. A spiritual and moral development may be occurring. A search for meaning in your life, okay? Your life purpose, your journey, okay? Higher level connections, right? Connecting to your higher self, again, like we heard with the High Priestess, right? Connecting to a higher source, divine source as well, right? Your divine source. When I say divine source, that's your, whoever you pray to, right? If you don't pray to anybody, then just the universe, or even, just having epiphanies and connections, and they're spiritual to you regardless, right? Regardless of whether you're spiritual or not. Spiritual growth, ethical conflicts as well. When this card comes up, if somebody's asking about career, they want to know what type of career they might go into, education, medicine, or religion is very much, part of the Hierophant. But it can also, if they're asking, what's coming up for me, it could be an increased knowledge, education, and learning new skills. Spiritual growth, we already talked about. Teamwork, necessary for job contentment, right? Bending to authority. In other words, it may be a boss or somebody higher level, right, that you need to turn around and say, yes, I'm going to do it, right? Or you may be the boss and do what is expected. Ethical conflicts, choosing a moral path You know, maybe you're dealing with somebody that is completely the opposite of what you know you believe in, right? And they want to go party, smoke, drink, whatever. I got to give examples, and you're a church going person, and there's a conflict there, right? Very interesting on this. And I think we've already went over everything that I wanted to talk about with the Hierophant. It deals with traditions, conventional expectations, and conforming. Okay, conforming to a situation as well, right? Somebody may be asking, you know, should I go ahead and do this? Or I feel like I'm being controlled or made to do this, right? And that's your confirmation, right? Moving to the Lovers. Woo, ooh la la, Gemini in the astrology. You know, there's not a whole lot here that's left to the imagination when the Lovers come in. Okay, this is card number, is it 5? Let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Card number 6, Gemini. Okay, it's your astrology sign for this one. It is a card that symbolizes versatility, okay? When this card comes up, not only is it the visual, okay, I associate this with a twin flame connection. Some people say soulmate, I say twin flame connection. You have met your match. You have met this. There's a big connection here, okay? Somebody, possibly even a past life connection, right? Somebody you have unfinished business with, all right? So when this card comes up, you know, ooh la la, major decisions need to be made and making choices as well, okay? A little bit more on the Lovers. Partnerships, deep love, a choice, okay, that needs to be made. Like I said, decisions, the strength of two people together and working together. That's why I said power couple, right? It is, the divine has brought you together at this point, okay? Strong love connection, okay? Relationship, twin flame energy, all right? A beautiful romance, or beginning of a romance. It may also depict temptation if you are in a relationship, even if you're single, being tempted, right? Because you're just so attracted to this person, okay? And there's a lot of physical magnetism and lust, and it could lead to love, right? In order for this relationship to work, right, if we were talking about relationships, you know, you must turn around and just kind of let yourself surrender a little bit, okay, to each other. It can represent good times, close friendships, and adventures, but an important decision that needs to be made. Here we go again with that, okay? When I see it, I say be careful, right? You know, because this is a major life-changing event card. Again, remember guys, we're dealing with a major arcana. So this is a turning point. If you've been looking for somebody, this is your twin flame. You're completely, you know, just can't keep your hands off of each other, what have you. You know, that's wonderful, right? But get to know the person as well. Just because they're your twin flame doesn't mean you just throw caution to the wind, okay? Major decisions that need to be made. Beautiful card here. Wow. All right, moving forward to card number 7, if I'm not mistaken. The Chariot. This is the Cancer in astrology, okay? Cancer card. The card of moving forward. Forward movement. Traveling. So for some people, I say car. You know, maybe you're going to get a car. Looking at the card itself, I've talked about there's two people here, right? And I feel like this represents the dark and the light, okay, for me, or the shadow and the shadow part of us, which is all our fears or all our negative attributes sometimes, okay? And this is our good ones, right? And finding a balance of sorts, or even making some changes for the better, because like I said, all these cards are major life-changing event cards that you want to take you to something better, right? So things moving forward, okay? May indicate movement, moving ahead, travel, okay? But it's also a card of success, confidence, and determination. All the major arcana cards, when they come out and they're not in the reverse, if you don't read reversals, then wonderful, because they're all victory cards, okay, as well, abundant cards. Victory over everything, illness, enemies, financial problems, goals that are achieved through your own self-control, willpower, and discipline. Focusing on the battle at hand, taking satisfaction in your accomplishments as well. Not being arrogant or guarding against being arrogant and tooting your own horn, okay? Your reputation being established, respect being earned, okay? Depending on love, whether it's love, career, finances, you know, is how we do the reading. The Chariot is about tradition, okay? Cancer is very traditional, right? Achievement through effort, self-mastery, okay? And last but not least, taking action in a situation, changing directions, taking a journey, and a new vehicle, like I said, or traveling, okay? Traveling somewhere. Maybe, you know, you're asking about, somebody's asking about a relationship, and it may be a long distance relationship, and this card comes up and says, well, you know, they're going to come see you, depending on if you're reading them or reading the other person, right? There's gonna be a trip here, right? Somebody's gonna be getting in some type of vehicle or maybe a plane, but they're gonna be traveling, okay? Very nice. One of my favorites. This is the Leo card, guys. Strength. I love this card. Do you see her? You see her standing over that lion? Is that lion growling at her? No, no. That lion, she's tamed the lion through kindness and patience and her own strength, okay, confidence, not with anger or, you know, whipping like they do at the circus, you know, or whatnot, all right? Just as an example. She has tamed this lion through her own strength, okay? When this card comes up, I also, you know, say, you know, you're gonna need strength to tame some situation, right? Or a person, depending if they're getting a love reading or something, right? There may be a Leo literally in your life, or you may be the Leo, you know, they may have it in their chart, because I do a lot of astrology readings. But at the end of the day, you know, she is very confident, and she knows that she can get this lion to do anything that she wants the lion to do, okay? When we see this strength card, okay, it could be strength in a situation, a relationship, maybe you're going through some obstacles, a loss, a job, you know, and needing that strength, or somebody that represents that person in the reading that is going to be helping you with that strength, right? Self-confidence, exercising one's talents, okay? And we already talked about it being the Leo, okay, in astrology, if you're interested. In self-love, unconditional love to somebody, right? Unconditional love for yourself, self-respect, and having courage, all right? Beautiful, beautiful, okay? Being strong, courageous, working towards taming something or someone in your life. The card of tolerance, okay? Character and compassion. She does it through character and compassion, right? The ability to endure through a lot of obstacles and adversity. This card, when it comes out, tells you can face anything, okay? Any problem with your own inner strength, it is within you, okay? If you're challenged, you maintain control of the situation and you react calmly. You don't get angry. You have patience with others' weaknesses and do not allow them to become your problem. This could also represent a very strong woman in your life, right? Or a very strong person in your life. Beautiful, beautiful card, guys. I love the strength card. Let's move on to the Hermit. Oh my goodness, Virgo. That's Virgo. That's the Virgo. Okay, the hermit, the word itself, going inside your shell, like a crab. But crabs can go inside themselves, like Cancer, right? But Virgos tend to, if you have been around a Virgo and lived with them, they tend to stay to themselves a lot. Okay, a lot of them. Then you meet the Virgo that's an extrovert, but when there's situations, right? That they need to step away from something, they will go into themselves still, right? What for? To find the answers, right? To find the answers. The hermit is very analytical, right? So they need to think about it. They need to analyze. Okay, learning how to serve is the other thing for our hermit. The message, right, that comes with this card. Okay, going within yourself for clarity, going on a quest for personal growth, truth, spiritual illumination, and finding your answers. Okay, beautiful. The hermit sometimes in the other tarot cards will be holding a light as well, okay, and turned sideways. So that's looking for those answers, shedding some light on a situation. It represents a search for answers to life's problems, withdrawing in order to find the answers to your questions, needing that peace and quiet, right? Getting away from the world and making those decisions very cautiously. It also indicates taking advice from others, okay? So very nice. It may also even mean you're going on vacation. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're just, turning around and having so many problems you got to go inside yourself. It can also mean you're getting away completely from and disconnecting from the world, right? Following your heart and not following the crowd. Spending time reflecting, searching for answers, retreating and taking time alone. The light that the hermit holds, in this case, in this card, he's not holding it, right? But he normally does. Represents light being shown on things in the dark, right? Things that are not known at the moment. Connecting with higher self, kind of like the High Priestess, right? For guidance and clarity and even healing, okay? Virgo Energy. This card can also say, just for a quick, it's about following your light, your own light, and not everybody else's. Okay? Very nice. Very nice. The Hermit. All right, the Wheel of Fortune. I don't believe the Wheel of Fortune has an astrology sign, but it may have a planet, okay, and a symbolism. The Wheel of Fortune for me is about karmic. What goes around comes around. It's the first thing I always think of when I see this, right? But it also represents the wheel is turning, it's going, and it's not stopping. Kind of like the Chariot, right? Things are moving forward, okay, regardless. But sometimes, depending intuitively, if I get what goes around comes around, that is exactly what it means. Somebody's getting what they got, what they put out, right? What you put out into the universe is what you're getting. But that's intuitively, is depends on the situation and the reading and the person, okay? The Wheel of Fortune is about expansion, okay? And changing directions in a situation, job, relationship, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to change directions, or directions are going to get changed regardless, and it will change your life, okay? Because again, we're working with major arcana cards. The Wheel of Fortune also is the card of good luck, okay? Good fortune, a turning point, luck, gambling, okay? Yeah, time to go buy that lotto ticket, right? It is about things changing, okay? Period. Things are changing. Wheel is in motion or turning in a situation, right? Fate or destiny situation. So you can't get away from it. It's fated, okay? It is meant to be because of the cosmic or karmic situation that's going on in your life, okay? Represents the ever-changing cycles of our life as well, both good and bad, okay? But your luck is turning and a new phase of life is beginning. It's a period of personal growth that's coming your way, in extreme change, right? Almost like the Tower. Success after failure, all right? Destiny and fate will allow you very little control over coming events. I'm telling you. All you can do is go with the flow. Promise of a better future is coming, regardless, right? Beautiful message there. All right, let's keep on moving. Justice, all right? We're almost at an hour. The Justice card, okay, look, right off the bat, justice, right? Justice is about getting justice, feeling justified in a situation. It may have to do with law. It may have to do with court. It may have to do with contracts. It may have to do with, situations such as child support, legal situations, okay? So up and foremost, there you go, right? There's the scales, okay? Maybe you're a police officer. Maybe you work in the law, okay? It just depends on the reading, right? So those are the first things that I always pick up from seeing that card. The Justice card is related to our astrology sign, Libra. Okay, Libra. Reward for one's efforts as well. When I see the Justice card, I say you're going to win whatever it is that you're wanting. Whatever it is that you're wanting justice in, you're getting it, okay? If it's in the reverse, different story, right? Maybe there's going to be some holdups and stagnation, or it's been there too long and you've been waiting for it too long. That's why I say right now we're not even going to go into the reversals, right? We got to learn what the card means this way first, the right way, okay? And then we'll talk about reversals, all right? So going into Justice, it's about a cause and effect, a win-win, okay? Solutions to the truth that you've been waiting for, and the truth coming out. Beautiful, beautiful, okay? A little bit more on the Justice card. Balance. Okay, don't forget the scales. Balancing the scales. Maybe wanting some balance and harmony in your life, right? Victory. Legal issues. Getting your answers. Personal integrity and fairness, okay? Taking responsibility or owning up to your actions, okay? Being decisive, moving forward, contracts, agreements, legal disputes that are resolved in your favor. If you have been wrong, justice will be assured. I'm telling you. Lady Justice, okay? And I forgot about the sword guys. She's wearing a sword, and that's the truth right there. That's communication and getting some truths revealed, okay? Oh my goodness. All right. Oh no, is it the Hangman? I don't think the Hangman is related to any sign in particular, but the Hangman, oh my gosh. The card of, what does it call it when you're not moving, inactivity? It can be, right? It can be. Somebody that's just kind of hanging around, pretty comfortable, maybe going inside their head, reflecting on a situation, not moving forward, not really wanting to maybe do anything about it, depending on the cards around it, guys, okay? The Hangman is associated to Neptune, planet, spiritual, okay, or spirituality as well. Gaining some perspective, some new perspective, right? A little bit more wisdom, self-sacrificing as well. Maybe making a self-sacrifice, getting a different perspective or changing directions, okay, in a situation. All right. You never want to just stand still, but sometimes we need to go inside ourselves, because it is the card of contradictions, confusing times that are going on, right? Usually, it is better to go the opposite of what your instincts tell you to do. Why? Because you need to go inside and reflect, okay? Put aside any selfish interests. It may be necessary to sacrifice in order to achieve a success. Instead of trying to control situations and people, you need to leave them alone. So sometimes you just need to step away and go hang out, right? Somewhere else. The card of waiting, inaction, not moving forward, not taking a move or making a move, okay? Because the person may be going inside themselves and literally going in there to think about what they need to do next, right? But if they're just going inside themselves and saying, well, I'll just wait this out, like I said, it depends on the cards around it, right? And the question. Then that's not a good thing, right? Moving forward to death. And I always tell people, please don't be afraid of death. This is Scorpio, okay, guys? Astrology-wise. Death is transformation, guys, okay? Needing to move, not to move, needing to change or transformation, okay? And some people call it the death and resurrection card because in order for something to be born, there needs to be death of other situations that are no longer serving you, right? And that's what I see. When I see death, I say it's time to end something, right? And make room for the new, okay? Death, what's it? Out with the old and in with the new. Symbolism, it symbolizes intensity. Major transformations, life-changing transformations need to happen, okay, when you see this card. All right? It could turn around and denote big changes, endings, time to move on from a situation, right? Just keep on trucking. Leave it behind you. Leaving the past behind you. Releasing things that no longer serve you. Rebirth and transformation, okay? Ending to something, allowing for new beginnings and big changes, signifies either, you know, a change in your life, a rebirth after that, renewal, personal growth through honest self-examination, looking at everything and saying, is this working for me? No, it's not working for me. Okay, it's time to change that, you know, whatever it is, habit or that toxic relationship, change something, right? End of an era, put the past behind you. And even though you may have some fear of the unknown or change or feeling out of control, it's for the best, okay? Focus on the essentials of life and needing to simplify your life, okay? Wow. Hi, Scorpio. Temperance, okay? Temperance. All right, temperance, patience, divine guidance, angel energy. Okay, wow. It is being divinely guided, okay? The universe is giving you angelic energy when you see temperance, okay? Temperance is not associated, yes it is, it's associated with Sagittarius. Temperance symbolism is quest or questing, okay? Going on a quest or a journey. Discovering moderation, okay? Discovering moderation is about, moderation is doing things, you know, you've heard it, doing things in moderation, not overindulging, right? The opposite of overindulging or indulging too much. Right now with temperance, we are dealing with balance, harmony, patience, self-control, and or moderation, like I just said, okay? And it also is about harmony, balance, healing, okay? Patience, creating as well, okay? Divine guidance is at hand right now. Being flexible and being able to adapt to new things, okay? Doing things in moderation and having faith, okay? Lots of angel energy when you see this card come up, okay? Wow. But biggest thing there is patience, okay, as well. Harmony, balance. Oh my goodness, the devil. The card of illusion, okay? The card of illusions. But it's the card of temptations, the card of, you know, addictions, the card of, you know, all the things that are toxic in your life that you think you're trapped with, and in reality the chains are loose, okay, and you can get yourself away, but you feel like you're trapped because you're being deceived. The card of deception, okay, lies, illusions, all right, different things for you to know. Capricorn, okay, is the sign for this card. Persistence, right, is the symbolism. Confronting one's self-imposed limitations, confronting one's own self-imposed addictions, toxic situations, toxic relationships. You know, the list can go on things that are bad for us, bad eating habits, unhealthy way of life, okay, repeating cycles that always end up in a negative way, okay. So a little bit more: addiction, greed, envy, lust, materialism, obsession, and sexual lust as well. All right, it's an illusion. You can get out of this, and all it's going to do is harm you, right? All it's going to do is harm you. So it's time to, it's a card of transformation. You got to get out of it. You got to change directions. And know that you are not a prisoner to this, that you can get out of those shackles anytime you want to, but you may be lying to yourself, or somebody may be lying to themselves, right? Somebody may be lying to you and dragging you into this gambling, right? Addiction, gaming addiction, being up all night addiction, drugs. You know, we can, like I said, we can go down the list. Addictions, temptations, toxic situations, even third party situations, okay? The notes: greed, materialism, selfish people, disregard for others, you know, controllers, right? People that are trying to control you, dominate you, unhealthy situations, you know, dark secrets, overspending, substance abuse, compulsions, okay, judging people by their values and not their outside appearance. All right, very interesting. Okay, so when this card comes up, deceptions, lies, you're under an illusion of an illusion with a situation, okay, addictions, and needing to transform and change. Oh man, the Tower. When this card comes up, guys, look, at this point, okay, let's say you got this one right here, okay, and you don't want to get away from all these toxic situations and things, and they're doing nothing but harming you. You lost your job, you're losing sleep, you lost your partner, you lost your house, kind of like a country song, right? The Tower comes in, okay? Sometimes you'll hear me go, the Tower, Tower, Tower. Look, what I tell people is don't ever let a card scare you, just like the Death card or the Devil card. Don't let a card scare you. There's a reason this is going to happen, is because you need to, because you haven't done it, the universe is stepping in now. The universe, there's a lightning bolt, is stepping in that now and burning this whole foundation, right? This whole building down, or castle, right? Because you're not on a good foundation, period, right? You're not on a solid foundation, right? Even if that card doesn't come up, if this comes up, it's because things need to be rebuilt, completely rebuilt, okay? Again, from the bottom up, whether it's a relationship, a job, your life in general, okay? The universe is gonna just disrupt everything for you, okay? Disrupt everything for you, but you may feel, oh, there's obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. That's what people feel when, man, I just can't seem to get my foot back up where I need it to be, or my feet back up on the ground, because you haven't done everything you have to do for this transformation. Maybe you haven't let go of certain things that needed to be let go of, and this is what this is doing. The universe is getting rid of it for you so you can start from scratch again, okay? Start brand new, build a new foundation, because whatever it was, your life was based on or built on was not a good foundation, okay? So when we see the tower, it is related to Mars, and it's about taking some type of action. You're at a crisis point at this point, okay? Profound discoveries, epiphanies, right? You're going, OMG, what's happening, right? Unwanted change, right? And that's what I was saying. If you were to get this card before it and you don't want to change, it's going to happen, right? But it's just in general an unwanted change. We don't want to move from what we're comfortable in. We want to stay in a toxic relationship. We want to stay with a narcissist person. We want to keep on doing the things that are not working for us. You're in a cycle with somebody for 10 years now that's been cheating on you. Just giving examples, right? A cheater, a liar, you know, it's time to clean the space, all right, of all this, okay? So it's unwanted change, but it may be create an upheaval. It could denote even an abusive type relationship, okay, or shaming of sorts, okay. A tower moment for me would be like a celebrity. I mean, there's one on the news all the time right now, out of the Real Housewives, you know, where the husband, they took all this money that was supposed to go to these families and what have you, and now they're getting, you know, sued because they used that money for themselves, and there's a public shaming, right, or disgrace, a fall from grace, right? Basically, you know, this card is saying that changes in behavior, okay, with a personal situation need to happen. Changes that are coming and are unavoidable. Something that needs to come down to rebuild again, okay? Big transformations in your life, moving from things that no longer serve you, okay? Somebody may be in denial, okay? And this is your wake-up call, okay? But blessings are coming, okay? When this Tower card comes, it's blessings in disguise that are coming, okay? You're going to be grateful. Karmic destiny is involved with this as well, okay? So broken relationships, you know, all aspects of your life are open for, you know, obstacles and what have you. So it's time to take some action, okay? The trouble will end only after you get rid of something or someone that is causing this upheaval in your life, okay? Or that you're repeating cycles with that are toxic. Job, person, family, right? Enough of that, right? Let's move to the wish card, the star. Yay! Everybody's going, oh my God, it got intense, right? The star, okay, is the Aquarius, astrology, Aquarius. And it's about uniqueness, inspiration, happiness, your wishes and your dreams coming true, feeling comfortable in your own skin, finding harmony and balance. There's water going over the earth and water into the water. There's your hopes, wishes, and dreams coming true. Just being at peace, okay? Finally finding that balance. The card of inspiration, insight and hope. Dreams for the future will come true. Contact possibly with someone who will dramatically change your life. Strong love between two people. Entering a period of serenity and satisfaction. Enjoying the calm period. Emotional needs being filled or fulfilled. Sharing your good fortune, okay, with others. Your wishes, your hopes, finally here, divinely guided, okay? Very much divinely guided. What you've been wishing for has arrived, okay? And this is the Aquarius card. Who doesn't want to get the wish card? I know I do. Some people do readings just with the 22 major arcana cards just to see what it is that we need to work on. The moon. Ooh, the dark, right? Things are the dark. Maybe, you know, things that you haven't seen yet or you're not aware of. I think it's associated with either Scorpio or Pisces energy, okay? Let's find out if it has, it doesn't have a, yeah, it does, Pisces, okay? There you go, Pisces. Compassion. Following one's instincts, okay, is one thing that we need to know about the moon. Unseen problems, right? Not knowing that there's some things that are still in the dark, some secrets, okay? Some secrets, some things you haven't found out yet. Voluntary changes, trusting your own intuition again, right? And a little bit more. Things that are hidden feelings, okay? Secrets, things that are needed to be revealed or not being seen at the moment, not knowing. In not having all the answers. What this card calls for you to do is to go with the flow and surrender a little bit and give it some time. When I see the moon also, again, here I go with the connection that we saw with the High Priestess, is the full moon, okay? Whatever's coming. If I feel intuitively that by the full moon you're going to get your answers, I will tell you. If I feel intuitively that by the next new moon you will, you know, whatever the phase is, you know, I may be inclined to tell you it has to do with you finding these answers in the next full moon, the next new moon, the next phase, okay, quarter moon. Trust and believe and surrender, okay, when you get the moon card. And even though you may not have all the answers, you will get them soon. You need to have patience, okay? Wow, wow, wow. We're almost at the end, okay? And I stopped giving the numbers out, guys, but as every card has passed, just number them. That's the order they're supposed to be in, okay? Look, after the moon comes enlightenment, the sun, right? The sun and the answers, okay? Warmth, you know, triumph, victory, okay? And every card is a victory card, no matter how you look at it. It's a major life-changing event card, okay? And it's taking you somewhere better. Even if you get bad news about the moon, you know, the unknown answers and stuff, it's going to take you into a better direction. Don't ever go backwards, okay, guys? And that's what you tell people. Don't ever go backwards. You always want to go forward, all right? In spite of the tower, in spite of, you know, the unanswered things that came out and were shed, there was light shed on them, light being shed on a situation, and it wasn't what you wanted to hear. It's going to take you somewhere better. It may also depict a child or involve a child, okay? So those are mine that I always give, okay? The sun is represented by, let's find out if I don't know that we have a sign for the sun. The sun is just self-expression, success, and fulfillment, okay? And the sun is about material happiness, a joyous outcome in a situation, and success. Okay, your personal magnetism will be very high when you get this card, success and good health, feeling high self-esteem, high confidence in love and career. Even your physical condition and overall energy levels will be at an all-time high. Mental alertness, being optimistic, happy, a period of contentment and joy. If you have some ventures that you wanted to go into, this also represents a time to take those steps towards them because they will be successful, okay? Education or study will also be successfully completed. This is the card of success, victory in all aspects of life, possibly a child as well, okay? Or enlightenment of a situation, being shed, you know, light being shed on the situation, or shedding light, seeing a lot more clearly, okay? So there you go, guys. Beautiful, very quick and to the point messages or meanings to the sun card, okay? We're almost done. Judgment. Judgment is, look, it could be as simple as feeling judged or worried about other people's, what they're going to think about you, okay? To actually getting this divine energy that is over any situation, right? That has to do with a type of judgment, okay? Like, let's say people are talking about you, okay? You're protected, okay? Don't worry, all right? If you think you're being judged. It does, it can connect with legal and contract issues, okay? Contractual issues. This could be marriage, divorce, it could be child support, it could be anything that falls under the legal, you know, speeding tickets, lawsuits, right? But anything that, arguments that are legal and contractual will be resolved in your favor, okay? If you have wronged someone, seek reconciliation and forgiveness. So if you can't connect, if the person you're reading for can't connect with anything legal going on, that they could be getting in their favor, okay, then this card also represents forgiveness, okay, and reconciliation, okay, of a situation or of somebody. Forget those who have hurt you and move on with your life. Find a new career, okay. If you have been in a low period, this card also signifies a turnaround, okay. So beautiful card also, you know, asking us if it's not legal and contractual, right? Either way, you have this angel energy over it, divine energy, okay, divine guidance. It could mean that it's time to forgive a situation and move on, okay? Beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. I don't think the judgment card is it. It is not, we've already done all the signs at this point, okay? It is associated with the Pluto, the planet Pluto, okay? It's about transformation, evaluation, and summing things up, okay? And clarity, a final decision that's being made, a wake-up call for your life's purpose, okay? Just a little bit more on that judgment card. And now here we are on number 22. Or card 21 because 0, right? It starts with 0. The World. Oh my goodness. In the regular tarot, you may see a reef going around the female, right? She's completely like she is here. I mean, has nothing on. So, and it means up and foremost, maybe some cycles that are ending and some new cycles that are beginning, right? Brand new beginnings, reaching those goals, finally getting everything you wanted, a completion in a situation in your life. Maybe you're done with a job, maybe you're done with your college, right? It just depends on what it is that person that you're reading is going through at the time. New chapters in your life, starting brand new, right? With somebody new, getting married, right? Starting a new life. Closing off old cycles, okay, to starting new. This could even mean global travel for those of you that are work abroad, right, or even the military, right, just depending on who you're reading for. You will enter a period of great happiness when you see this card. Positivity, positive events, pieces falling into place, goals being achieved. Even receiving money, okay, traveling, vacation as well, possible change of residence or job, feeling fulfilled, okay, inner peace from helping the less fortunate. Whatever you give will be returned to you in many times over. So very beautiful there for the World card. The World card, or the universe, is associated to the planet Saturn. It's about structure, liberation, and peace. Okay? The ending of cycles and starting new cycles, completing a goal or a lesson, immigration, travel, and completion. Yay! So there you go, guys. We did our first 22 cards. Major Arcana. Major Arcana. Major events or turning points in our lives cards that also can represent learning from our lessons in our past, okay? Our mistakes, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? it changing our lives and transforming them, depending on what message you're getting, right? If you're wanting something for the future, right? But transforming it to something good, something better. Thank you guys for watching. We will start with our suits, okay? The cups, the pentacles, and I think it's the swords and the wands, okay? On the next video, depending on how long each suit takes, depends on how many more videos I'll make. If I can do 2, and it takes an hour, and then another 2 an hour, so it'll be a 3-parter possibly, okay? Thanks for watching. I hope this helps.